Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my continued playthrough of Zombicide White Death, where we are going to get on to the next scenario, which is basically the first scenario. The last one I played, which by the way, I'm pretty sure I lost. That's crazy, isn't it? Just some really bad luck. By the way, that shows you how random this game can get. So if that's not something you're into, then this might not be a game for you, but I happen to enjoy it, so I think it's fine. But anyway, we're going to be playing Quest 1, Sound the Alarm. It's another easy scenario, though I watched a couple of things and it doesn't look all that easy. And I've got everything set up to play. It does require 6 survivors, and actually it says medium, but I don't know, medium length I think. But it is going to be a fun one. It's quite big, and it starts to incorporate the elements that we didn't see in the tutorial adventure. I'm going to read the story very briefly to you, then we're going to go over our objectives and special rules, and we'll see how the game plays out. I think it's going to be a blast. Anyway, we discovered a weapon cache right beyond the wall earlier today and got interrupted by a snowstorm. At this point, we had removed everything but Dragon Bile jars. We could not afford taking the risk and spilling them all over the place. A whistle starts to blow as the storm finally dies. Zombies are coming. The weather had them covered until now, and they're about to attack the ramparts. If we act quickly, we may be able to get both get the last of the Dragon Bile jars and repel the zombie assault. Gather the troops, draw your swords, and save the day. And we're going to try to save the day. Let's see if we can do it. So the objectives of this scenario is defend the city. The quest succeeds as soon as all of the following conditions are met simultaneously. All objectives have been taken. I'll show you that in just a moment. All the survivors have 4 Dragon Bile cards collectively in their inventories. All survivors are on the battlement walkways, including guards. That's any remaining guards. There are no zombies on the battlement walkways. That means these battlement walkways, which you see in front of you. And then it says a setup. Shuffle the blue and green objectives randomly amongst the red objective tokens face down. I did that, and I've put them out already. I don't know where the green and blue one are. Hopefully they're close by. We'll see. Survival gear. Each red objective gives the character 5 AP. That's adrenaline points, or basically experience, to the survivor that takes it. Rare weapons. Blue and green objectives each give random vault weapons to the survivor who takes it. They may reorganize their inventory for free. If no vault weapons are available, the survivor earns 5 AP instead. The Dragon Bile cache. The survivor standing in the zone with the flag token. That's way over here. I'll show you that in a moment. May search the deck for a Dragon Bile card, and the discard pile. Shuffle the deck afterwards. The survivor can then reorganize their inventory. You get the idea. So that's what we have to do, and we're going to have a blast doing it. So again, I shuffle. These are the objective tokens here. Obviously, I'm not going to look at them, but they could have a blue or green thing underneath them. Hopefully, they're closer here and not all out here, because there's also 1, 2 of them out here as well. So one thing I didn't do yet is put out the random starting weapons, because I didn't really talk about this in the last one, so I thought I'd talk about it now. There are several starting weapons that we can use. I'm going to pass them out. You don't need to see that. I'll just do it off camera, but I just want to let you know that needs to be done. Remember, we're also playing with the Defiler Necromancer. We did not see one in the last game, but here it is. And as I understand it, I got to look up the rules on this, but I think when they die, not only do they die, but they drop a powerful weapon in their place. I don't know if the person I saw was home ruling that or not. I don't know. And then there's the Abomination right there. And those are the 2 creatures that we have to fight. Now, we also have in this one the guards. You can see them all about the place. And these are their stats. They have in melee, they have a 0, 1 die, 4+, and do 1 damage. In range, they can go range 1 of 1. They have to be 1 away. They do 1 die, 4+, and 1 damage. And so if you have 3 of them in there, you activate that zone of guys. So we want to get these guys that are way back here up on the walls. We also have these burning cauldrons. Basically, if you manage to dump them, it's not that easy to do, but if you manage to dump them into space, it'll kill everything in it. Except I got to check that too. It might not do enough damage for the Abomination. I'm not sure, but you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Now remember, this is my first time playing. I played the tutorial scenario. Then this is my first time playing this. I did watch some things, so I made sure and read the rules. So I made sure I tried to get it right, but I may not. Also, these ladders. We can pick these ladders up for an action, and we can drop them here for an action, so that the players can scale down the other side. You notice there's no stairs, unlike here. There's no stairs on this side. So we have to use the ladders if we're going to climb back up and down on this side. And we will. There's 2 ladders on our spot of the board. We will, because we have to get to this token to get the Dragon Bile stuff. We also have to collect these 2 objectives as part of our mission that are way the heck over here. There's the token where the Dragon Bile is, and then these are the other 2 objectives. So, anyway, with that said, we're playing with the exact same characters before. Dragomir, Yasuke, Janaya, Lorna, Ogon, and Sarnai. And we'll see how they play out. Now, one thing that's different, I'm just going to pull up one of the guys at random, is now that we are in the next part, we do get to use this guard ability. So, if Lorna uses one of her actions to activate a set of guards, their ranged attacks do 2 damage. That's what that means. So, if, for example, we got these 2 guys together here, they shoot down, and she's the one that activated them. If there was a brute, then it could kill the brutes with the 2 points of damage. Alright, I think you get the idea. Let's get going. Alright, here is where our characters are starting. You can see there's a bunch of stuff around here. Now, when you activate a guard, if I use an action to activate a guard, I can only do that once per turn, not per action. So I can only activate them once per character turn. Then they would move any guard in that space would be activated. So right now, these ones with 2 guards, so it'd be activated simultaneously. Of course, walls and things apply. They can't walk through walls. They have to move around just like anything else. But we do need to get all of them, as you're aware, up to the ramparts. So we're going to start with Dragomir. Dragomir is our archer. We want to get him up to the ramparts rather quickly. Remember, his ability is he gets +1 die per ranged, and he gives archers on the wall an extra range. So when they're shooting down, they can shoot 2 instead of 1. That's pretty cool. He is the purple player. That's just him right here. We're going to start with him. He is player number 1. And what we're going to do with him first is, I don't really care about him having a ladder, but it would be good for him to get a ladder. So I think we're going to go, actually we're going to go, 1, 2, 3 into the space. And that's going to be his entire action. He's running up there to activate those. Well, let's do this. He's going to go 1, 2. He's going to activate these guys to come out here, so we can start getting them up on the ramparts. That probably seems better. These first turns are going to go pretty quickly because we don't have any monsters on the board or anything, and we got to get people up on the board quickly. We're going to have, next up we have Yasuke. Yasuke has the freeze melee ability, very cool ability. We're going to have to get him out here. So we're going to have him move 1, 2, and he is actually going to take the first objective. Oh, whoa, it's the green one. Right off the bat, that is awesome. We are going to then get, I got to find him. I wasn't expecting to get one quickly. I thought he was going to get 5 AP, but no, he's going to get a super cool weapon. I got him over here. Okay. These are the super cool weapons. These are the vault weapons in this case. So we found a stash with a really powerful weapon in it to start off the bat. That's good. What do we get? We get the partisan. It's a pole arm, and it has the escalation melee. I'll see what that does. I have no clue. 0 to 1 does 2 dice. 3 plus does 2 damage. That's pretty good. And that's going to go to Yasuke. That was Yasuke's third action. Now, Yasuke does have this sword. I think he's going to go trade it away because now he's got this awesome weapon instead. But that was his turn. Let me see. 1, 2, and then 3 to pick up the item. Okay, perfect. So maybe we'll get lucky and that chest way over there near the beacon is going to be the other one. That would be awesome. But we do have Janaya going next. Now she's the one with the 2 search abilities. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to move her 2. So she is the green base character right here. She's going to go 1 and then 2 into this space. And for a third action, she's going to move these guys here. So we can start getting them toward the ramparts. I told you this first turn is going to go super quick. Then we got Lornai. She is here. We're going to go 1, 2, and we're going to have these guards move out here. There. Okay. So 2 actions now. She gets a free move action. So she will take advantage of that and move up 1 further to get toward the ramparts. Okay, because that's her special ability. We got to make sure we watch those. Then we're going to go on with Ogon. Now his ability to shove is going to be really valuable up here on the wall, so he's going to be our wall fighter. We do, and I kind of want him to get to where Yasuke is, so they can do a trade, and he can take both the blades, because that would be useful for him at this moment. It might not be useful later, but now that, or he might trade out the blades to Yasuke and take the partisan. That might be better, because he's going to be Ogon, our Tiger Man, is going to be our wall fighter. So I think he's still going to go over there. That'd be a good trade. So he's going to go 1-2 and then trade with Yasuke to take this, to take the partisan from him, and then he will take the 2 blades. Now what that means is he gets 2 dice and he can do 2 damage. That's pretty good. Or 1 damage each. So he can't kill abominations with that, but he can also freeze, so it's very important. And then Yasuke or Ogon is going to get this polearm, unique polearm. I want to look at what that ability does. It says escalation melee. Super curious about that now. So let's see what it does. Escalation action. The survivor gains 1 extra die roll to for subsequent actions of the specified type. Combat, magic, melee, or range. The bonus is cumulative and applies until the end of the survivor's turn. The bonus is lost whenever a survivor performs another kind of action. A survivor with the escalation range skill spends the first action performing a ranged attack with longbow. Oh, I see. So there's their dice stack. That's going to be very, very powerful for Ogon to have. The partisan is a good weapon. Okay. Then last but not least, we do have Sarnai, our wizard. She is the only one that has not gone. And I think what we're going to do is go 1-2 to here. We'll start heading toward this ladder, and we'll take these 2 guys and move them up 1 there. So we're trying to get them to start moving towards the wall. As the alarm is sounding, that's really thematically cool. The alarm's sounding, we're all scrambling for stuff, trying to pull ladders, get stuff in our hands to go fight. It's too bad we left all the cool stuff from the last one behind, but we did, so that's the way it goes. All right, let's go on, because now we got the zombies. And we're going to, so first off, we're obviously going to move zombies, but there are none on the board, as you can see. So we're going to have to spawn next, and hopefully we don't spawn anything too gruesome, too fast. Here's our deck. I'm going to give it a quick shuffle, and then we're going to see what, whoop, that doesn't belong in there. Good, I cut that. That goes in the item deck. And we're going to shuffle this up. Ooh, there's 2 things in here from the item deck. How'd I do that? I'm crazy. Okay, well, anyway, we're going to do that. We're going to put this, for right now, we'll put this right here. Now we're going to go from 1 to 2 to 3, and if there was a thing out there for the Necromancer, it would go after all the other things have spawned. And we'll see how that works when we have a Necromancer out on the board. They're nasty, of course. And let's see what we get. First off, a zombie siege. Now that's not going to do anything. Normally, that if they're up against the wall, they get to climb the wall. This is actually not a bad card to pull first, because all it means is at each of the spawn zones, we're going to put a walker. So 1, 2, and 3. There's 3 little walkers out there. That's it. Create a discard pile. Next up is going to be space 2. It's going to be 2. Now we're in the blue, so nobody's got any adrenaline yet. So it's going to be 2 more walkers. So we're going to have 2 walkers. That's going to put 3 of them in the 2 space, and then into 3. We've got 1 more space to go, and it's going to be 2 more walkers. So there's going to be 3 walkers up there. Let me get those out, and we'll have the first round. Just some random walkers coming out. They're not so bad. I'm not afraid of them. And that actually marks the end of our first round. So we'll do 1 more in this video, and then we'll continue on to the next video after that. So going back to our players, the first player token moves, of course, do we clear any noise tokens? We don't have any. And so now Yasuke is going to go first. He is the orange player, and he is over here, right here. So I think what we're going to do is for his first action, he'll have these guys move up to here. He's going to go 1, 2. That's his actions. He's heading up this way. I think that's the smart play. We're spread out with a couple people here, a couple people there. Okay, that is his turn. That's Yasuke's turn. Then we got Janaya. She's the yellow. Oh wait, did I mix that up? No, she's green. Janaya's green. She's over here. She's going to pick up the ladder. Put that on her inventory. She doesn't need to do anything with it. It's just in her inventory. Then she's going to, that's 1, 2, and then for 3, she's going to pick up this objective token. It is red, which is going to give her 5 adrenaline points. So here we are, right here. And as you can see, I'll just pick up her board. She's going to get 5 adrenaline points. So it's going to put her up to 5. Not out of the blue yet, which is good, but still getting up there. That's actually, it's what I wanted, so that's okay. That's going to end her action. So we're going to move on to Lorna. Actually, now that I look at it, it's just Lorna, but that's okay. So action 1, going to move these guys up the stairs to this rampart here. Now there's 3 of them there. That's good. Then she will take her second action to move up here as well. Third action to take the objective. The objective is another red token. So she is also going to go to 5 adrenaline, and that is going to be the end of her turn. So now we got somebody up on the wall. They can see the zombies coming. It's a little frightening. Okay, then we got Odon. Odon is right here. He's going to move these guys up to there. Then he will move 2. That's his second action. Wait, Lorna has a free move action. I think she will move here just to play it safe before we end her turn. I got to remember she's got that. Because then she can also activate ranged attacks here. But it doesn't matter. You don't need line of sight or anything. You can activate any guards you want. It just requires your action. So that was 1 activating the guards. I think he's going to go up this way. So he's going to go 2 and then 3 right there. I think that's right. Did I overmove him 1? Maybe. I don't know. He's right there. Then we're going to go to Sarnai. Sarnai is purple right here. No, that's, I'm sorry, dark blue right here. We're going to have her go up 1. She's going to grab the other ladder. That's 2. And then for 3, she'll just step right out here. Now, we have Janai, who's green. She's going to put the ladder over here. So we'll have a ladder on each side. We're good. Okay, that works out good. Now we get to go with Dragomir. Dragomir wants to get up on the ramparts for sure. He's going to send these 2 folks right here, and then he's going to go 2, 3 up onto the walls because he's got archery. That's going to be helpful. Remember, he has the one that has +1 max range on his, +1 die ranged on his attacks with a bow. And he can put a crossbow into a special space, but we don't have a crossbow right now. He's just going to shoot these guys as they come. Unfortunately, that's everybody's turn again. We didn't do much. We could do some searching. You know, I didn't do that. I should have probably stayed in some of these rooms and did some searching. I might do some of that as we head out. Now, just so you know, in broken down buildings like these ones here with snow, if there's snow in the building, you cannot search there. Okay, that's that. Now we're going to go on to these zombies. I'm going to get the zombie deck out again. But first, we're going to move some guys. These guys, they're always going to move in the direction toward the most stuff. So this guy here is going to move to here. These 3 will move to here. These 3 will move to here. They're starting to move out. It'll get crowded fast. Now we're going to start with 1. What do we get? We get 2 more walkers. So there's 2 more walkers appearing here. Here they come. Then over here in space 2, we're going to have a Necromancer who's going to come out. That's awesome. Want that to happen for sure. Not painted, but here is the Defiler Necromancer. So the Necromancer comes out in space 2. And then what we're going to do is take this Defiler token. Now there's 2 spawns there. This one will spawn after the spawn in 3 has gone. Luckily, he won't activate this turn, but he is on the board. And it says, if there is no Necromancer, put him out. If there's already a Necromancer, it gets an extra activation. There's only 1 Necromancer, and that's him right there. So he is out on the board. Then last but not least, we have 3. What do we got in 3? We're going to activate our Necromancer back to back. You saw me shuffling it, so I'm not sure what to make of that. But, so he's going to activate, and we'll show you how that works. What that means is I need to find the tokens for this. Where did I put them all? They're floating around here someplace. There they are. Didn't expect to be pulling these out so soon, but we are gaining corruption, and here's what happens with that. This space here is now corrupted, along with the space in front of it. The Defiler Necromancer is pushing out the corruption right there. And that is what happens with that. Okay, so now when this spawns, it's going to spawn there forever. And so it's kind of bad. That was 3, so nothing else came out on 3, but we do have to do the Defiler's space right there. Oh, man, I'm getting them all at once. Yay! If there's no Abomination, so okay. The Con Abomination is going to come out. This is the Con Abomination. and he can move through battlements. He can move through battlement walkways. I'm not sure what that means. I think means he can move right through, but we'll see. I'll look that up. And then this is him right here, and he is going to spawn with the Necromancer. So the Necromancer called a big beastie to come out. But that, in that fun little cliffhanger moment, that is going to be the end of our round and the end of this episode. So we got 2 turns in. We're rushing the battlements as the zombies are starting to approach. Necromancer came out strong and brought in an Abomination to try and take us down quickly. We'll see if he succeeds. So with that said, we're going to pause there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I can't wait to get to the next episode. Appreciate it. Take care. Talk soon. Bye-bye.